I'm not really doing anything with Zoom, like in this quarantine. So for me, it's
Okay.
like, okay.
Okay. So yeah, you're not the one who is like very familiar with this online environment, like teaching and working through the Zoom, right?
Yeah, no.
Ah, okay. And how is actually your daily life changed during this time? I know that you work for the Dr. Clowns, right? And you're performing. And how does it change? How does it transform? Because many people move to the online. Many of the teachers are now teaching through the online. Myself as well. And how it's for you?
It's partly online and partly nothing.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm also a dancer. So I was recording some of the classes, but not
Hmm.
a lot. So it's not like really something like I'm doing every day. But with the clowns, with the red noses, we're doing everything online, but it's with a
Hmm.
messenger. So we're just like calling to
Mm-hmm.
the people, and then doing our sketches, and then bye bye, and then you're like ending the call,
Uh-huh.
and that's it. And I'm trying not to use as much as I can this Zoom or Messenger, and more spend more time in creating something, because I thought like, okay, this is really different period in
Mm-hmm.
my life and in general, in the worldwide. But I also thought like, yeah, it's nice to actually come down and really do creating process at
Mm-hmm.
home or in the studio.
Mm-hmm.
Some actually, it's very interesting. My mindset is totally changed, because I'm like reading or trying do things at home, and I was always lacking this kind of process in my life, but now I can have it, so it's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
nice.
I totally feel you. It's like, yeah, you have this pause, and then you, at first, you kind of try to catch the same routine that you had, but
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
then afterwards, you realize, like, no, okay, I need to change something. I need to use this time in different way. And that's how it happens. Yeah, I feel you totally. And
And actually, I'm kind of darbaholic. I don't know if it's English word.
yeah,
I was always
workaholic.
like doing more projects than I can, and now it's like, whoa, I can do just one project at the time, and this is nice. This is actually so nice.
And
Yeah.
that's also how you got to this your project of the performance that you have now. Am I correct? So that's, oh, you had the idea for a long time already.
I had idea a long time. I'm
Hmm.
like clowning for 10 years. And
Hmm.
actually, this project is coming from my experience and all years of understanding what is humor, and why do people laugh, and if actually people laugh or they're just pretending to, like,
Hmm.
be nice to you.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's like, I don't know, I can tell about, like, in general about the project. So idea was, I was always dreaming to do a show about the humor or clowning, whatever, on the stage, something with the humor. And then I thought like, I'm going to do a bit different than just people are coming to the performance. I'm doing something, they're clapping in the end, and
Hmm.
they're going out. So this is more like a lecture where we can talk, or I can explain things. It's different than if, like, office people are coming, and I'm also giving in my personal life workshops about the humor, or how to say, is like, what is the word, um, mm, it's not humor workshop, it's like a laboratory of laughter,
Hmm. Hmm.
for people if they want, just like group of people that they work in the office. They can come to me, and I'm giving some tasks. I'm explaining why do laugh, how we connect with each other, but it's more like a workshop, and they're trying more.
Hmm.
So I thought like, I have, my education is actually drama teacher, and I know
Yeah.
a lot of about the techniques.
Hmm.
And for me, it was always about, about the structures, about the technique. I'm that kind of person, you know. Sometimes when people know me, they say like, you're all over the places, but in my head is like, wait, it doesn't make sense, you know. I need to have the rule or the idea
The
or
structure, yeah.
yeah. And it was a moment in my life in the clowning company when I started to coach younger ones, and I was always saying like, no, you do like this or like that, and I realized I need to know how to explain the humor and why it's funny and why it's not. And you know, if you just say like do like this, and the people are trying to do this and it's not working, and then I thought like, whoa, it's like it's so much more than just telling this is funny and this is not, you know. It's like so many levels and so many emotions, and how do we, you know, it's like a universe. So I had idea, it's not a workshop and it's not a performance, so it's something in the between. And I did this in a museum, in the modern museum, this show the first time, and it was called a lecture. So people were actually coming to hear about the humor, you know, about, you know, like humor is bam 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 bam, you know, people laugh because of bam 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 bam. And I thought this is amazing because they're expecting me to explain everything, and because they're expecting this, I can perform. And they're like, what? But later on, I'm explaining, you know, you just saw, you laughed, and this is because of this and this and this. A challenge for me was actually, you know, when I was thinking about the idea, I thought like, okay, so I'm going to do something funny or something really like good quality of humor, and then I'm going to explain. But since I started the project, I thought like, it's not so easy, you know, to do like high quality and then to explain. And it was a nice journey how to find the nice how to say the language that I'm going to speak. The idea now, it's like people are coming to the test of humor, and it's actually really funny for me because, you know, everybody, it's like classic. Everybody says like, you know, I know how to make jokes. I know how to laugh, you know. And I thought like, okay, let's have a test. If everybody knows how to do it, let's have a test, you know. And then I'm giving some kind of tasks and asking people to answer the question. And when they answering the question, I'm saying what is the right answer and explaining why it's like this. Now in the project, it's 5 different categories. When people are choosing the category, I'm showing something or telling something, and then I'm asking the questions, they answering, and I'm going to the like a how do you say, like a serious spot of the performance, and I'm saying, okay, so this is like this, you laugh, and this is funny because of this and this. So it's also like a scientist a bit. I hate when people say like, oh, you're funny, you're born like this, you know. And I spent like 10 years of learning how to do it. And for me, it's like, there is rules, you know, and there is things that sometimes, even when I'm in the society, I just see the small details, and if I do the details, or if I change like the timing or the voice or the movement, it starts to be funny, you know. So the source of this was me being a bit angry, and in the beginning I was like, you know, guys, I'm going to show you that actually there is like more than you think. But more I'm doing this, more I'm realizing it actually doesn't matter if they know or not. They're going to laugh anyways. So now project is going to another direction. I mean, it's still the same structure, and I guess it's going to be still the test. But now it's more like, I'm going to share what I know, and maybe it will help us to connect in a better way. I have 2 ideas about this project. One is like me being smart, you know, and like telling people and all these things. But another topic is because I'm a woman, and when women are making a jokes, it's very interesting, because mostly if you see the comedians or comics on the stage, it's like more men's. So all the 10 years when I was learning the clowning, I was looking for the women's, and I saw tendency, if women are on the stage and they're trying to be kind of ugly or raw in the some ways, you know, just to trying to find this humor. But for me this summer it was like, it's not the only way. And then I saw so many nice beautiful ladies, you know, if you will see them on the stage, you not on the stage but on the street, you will see like, wow, like beautiful woman, and then she's like killing on the stage. And this is for me also a topic, because I was thinking also like, yeah, funny or humor, you know, so it's like lowering, really like
Yeah.
lowering yourself somehow. But now for me it's also like, no, it's supposed to be not fancy and like shiny way, but really like, you know, you thought women cannot make jokes and be pretty? Think twice. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's like a second line, and this is really interesting because in Lithuania, I don't know, but it's more stand-up woman, and they're more like, you know, like being man, and you know, like making like jokes that it's somehow more from the man perspective. I need to have a process to actually find what is general, but from my side, from my point of view, you know, and it takes a lot of time to do this. Yeah. And this circus push is actually helping for me in this way of being able to find people and to talk about my ideas like an outside eye and mentor to actually, you know, share what I think about humor and how do I see people and all these things. And then outside eye can tell me like, you know, it's nice, you know, why you're not doing this? Because most of the time when I'm like in the workshop myself, teachers are saying, you're smart, you know, you know some things. And you know, I know this, but it's so hard to put this on the stage. So now working with the outside eye, it's like, it's, I know this, and it's in me. So thanks for pointing this out, and I can put it on the stage, you know.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
beautiful to have straight away immediate feedback of what actually happens, and having this possibility to discuss with someone about like what happens and why, and like, yeah, having this precise focus on something. And
Yeah.
yeah, and which field is your mentor or your outside eye is proficient in? Is it dramaturgy, or is it like clownade, or is there a
It's,
specific field?
you know, in this kind of project, it's hard to tell, you know. For me, it's like, what is your profession, you know? And for example, me, I'm doing more than one thing. So now I'm working with a mentor, and it's like many levels, you know. It's like scenario, and sometimes it's just some details, or, you know, in dramaturgy, but it's also like a personal feedback. It's like helping me to put everything I have on the stage, you know. And sometimes it's just like pointing my some talents that I'm avoiding to put on the stage, and it's not really dramaturgy, you know. And sometimes it's just you know, like this can be a really good, like, you know, uh, going up moment, you know. So it's more layers.
And so, what is your current state? Do you actively work right now with your mentor, with your outside eye, or you have a pause, or you have the plans for the residency?
I have a plan to do the show whenever I can, when the pandemic is letting us at least to have people with the masks, you know. But and as I told you, it's like I do not believe in the processes like now I'm going to create, I'm creating every day, and maybe I'm reading an article in the news and it's like, oh, this is a good story, and then I'm
Mm-hmm.
putting on the notebook. And sometimes I'm trying something with my body. And then sometimes I'm just talking with a mentor about the ideas, what I have, and it's more like, processing everything.
Yeah, all the time. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes it's very active, sometimes it's passive, but it's not passive. It's just my brain and my heart and my body needs time to understand what I just
Mm-hmm.
saw and how I can put it on the stage.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more like waves, And
Mm-hmm.
this pandemic is really helping because
Okay.
I'm not rushing, but I actually can really go deep down and search the spices,
What actually is that positive thing that we can take out of this time that we can learn? And you already told about this time that we have and about like not rushing the things, but actually going deep and exploring more. Would you say that this is what you would like to have with you also, like in the future, like
Oh,
remembering
yes.
this? Yes, for sure. Mm.
Because this is so much more fun to create like this, and not like nervous mind
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
next
Of
week
the
I need
deadlines.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess deadlines it's necessary, but it's more like it's a luxury now to have a project
Mm-hmm.
and to have help from the outside and to actually do the project that once this pandemic is over, I can already show the whole project,
Mm-hmm.
not
Mm-hmm.
just like half of the project.
Yeah, wow, so many directions and great. I see how you are passionate about your project and your performance. And I wish it would happen like in the future. The pandemic is over and it would be possible for you to perform with the audience and just to
You
have
can
more
come.
or less. I will.